Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings be upon you. I'm Nye Armstrong, and this is Convert Convos with special guest Sheikh Abdullah Adoro. So, if you were going to give some advice for sort of like the start of Ramadan for people, what would you say for somebody experiencing Ramadan for the first time?
If you can before Ramadan try to plan, fasting. Try to fast a little before Ramadan.
To get it under your belt.
Just to get your body used to it. Mm-hmm. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, he used to fast the most in the month before Ramadan.
To prepare his mind and body for it.
Right. Just in welcoming Ramadan, because it's an important thing to know is that he was, and the companions were anxious. Like they longed for this. Mm-hmm. They longed. I remember somebody asked me, they're longing to starve? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They would long.
Because they know that the blessings that are going to come with what the actions that they're going to do.
Exactly. And that is the crux of discipline. That is discipline at its finest.
Yeah.
I mean, because you think about, like, they have this intermittent fasting nowadays, right? It's like, okay, yeah, go beyond the fact you're not eating and drinking and look at the results. Look in the mirror. They always show you the before and the after. If you want that after, you're going to have to go through some kind of struggle. Mm-hmm. But when you do it, you'll find yourself, you can't do without it, right? Like waking up early in the morning. That's just something like medicine for me. So sleeping appropriately. So when you see that, what I advise a convert is to try fasting before Ramadan. One thing you can do is, if you like having breakfast, maybe have breakfast and then, don't have lunch, and then move on to like just dinner. And maybe for lunch, just have something to drink, have some water or something like that. If you're not a breakfast person, great. Then just like have some black coffee or something that doesn't break your fast, and then have lunch. And then with lunch, have some fiber, maybe some good carbs, like some brown rice or something, and some clean food.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Clean food during Ramadan.
Try to eat clean. Yeah, even before. Like the thing is before Ramadan, so when Ramadan comes, you're like, I got this. It's all good, right? So try to eat clean. Stuff that you would take from the ground and just eat.
Yeah.
That's basically
not a lot of processed food.
Not a lot of processed foods. Not a lot of stuff that's frozen and you gotta, put it in the microwave. If you do, if it's leftover clean food.
Yeah.
Like your lentils, your quinoa, what else? Red kidney beans, white kidney beans, grilled chicken, Beyond Meat. If you're a vegetarian, there's Beyond Meat burgers. I advise to get an air fryer. That changed my life.
Really?
Man. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It makes it so much easier, especially if you're single. And my children are single because their moms are going to cook for them. I have a 15-year-old boy.
Her,
yeah, why should she be doing the laundry?
No, they can do it.
Why?
Yeah. No. I would say my advice besides that is, of course, like preparing yourself and like, how if you ever see somebody like sort of like the cars rev for the race for like a fast track, it's like that kind of like they're like revving ready to go and then boom, you're out of the shot and high octane the whole time. But I would say for mentally, maybe think about mindfulness is a huge thing. Gratefulness is a huge thing. And it can really, really transform how you think about things. And then journaling is super good. Nice. Especially if it's your first Ramadan.
Yeah, interesting.
Like, I remember, I'll just occasionally just sort of, like, write down my feelings and I just go back to them and I'm like, oh wow. And it puts you into that place of where you were when you first became Muslim and everything was fresh and new and like you felt sort of more connected. Sometimes going back to them is really beautiful, and also the process of writing it out sort of like can really get your feelings.
That should be like a lecture. How journaling is a manifestation of dhikr.
Yeah.
Because you're recalling what Allah has done for you in the past by reading what you've recalled in the past.
Because sometimes if you're totally honest with yourself, you have to relearn lessons so many times.
Yeah.
And if you journal, like if you have like an epiphany, like now, alhamdulillah, it's I open my notes on my phone and I'll just sit there in the car and then write down my epiphany so that I can go back to it and be like, this is what I thought. It really helps me sometimes. No wonder. That's exactly what I need to be doing.
Yeah, there you go.
And it really is very helpful.
Yeah.
Because memory is a tricky thing. We forget a lot of things a lot of the time, and we warp things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's true.
So I would just say, like, practice mindfulness. Sometimes, like, you don't have to read. Like you said, doing good during Ramadan is, like, a huge thing. Like, maybe it doesn't have to be like scholarly books. It could be like self-help books or gratitude things. Like just sort of like you said before, it's about what's the word you used?
Discipline, self-mastery.
Discipline, self-mastery. Self-mastery is a huge thing. Like taking it how you react with people.
Yep.
That could be something like you work on. It doesn't have to really be specifically like taught a we.
Right, exactly.
It can just be like trying to better yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
If you like this content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It truly does help. And if you want to take this opportunity to join us and support our mission in bringing the basics of Islam to people in a fun and accessible way, make sure you look down below on how you can support us, and specifically our next series called Pillar Race. But thank you so much. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. If you have other things you'd like to see us do on this channel, always, always, always looking for suggestions. All right. Thank you. Have a lovely day and happy Ramadan. Assalamu alaikum.